The Lama Chopa is a very powerful set of teachings, and this is done in all Gelugpa monasteries in Tibet. And then after the Tibetans went, and then Mongolia, Russia, India, and now all over the world. It's called the Guru Puja, and for convenience sake in Tibetan you call it Lama Chopa. Lama Chopa literally means Guru Puja. And it was written and composed by the omniscient first Panchen Lama, Panchen Losang Chuki Gyaltsen. Why do we say omniscient? Because the first Panchen Lama was not considered just a famous or erudite teacher. He was considered a very attained teacher, a very high level teacher. In fact, he showed such a high level of attainments that they actually consider him a direct emanation of Amitabha Buddha. And so he's one of the few incarnate lamas that they believe his incarnation is not of a human, but it's of a bodhisattva manifesting as a human. And so His Holiness the First Panchen Lama was said to have many visions, many visions, and many voices and dakinis and angelic beings singing, and he recorded. So many things that he taught, many things that he wrote, and many things that he composed and he gave as practices. When people did it, they themselves had the same visions and gained attainments. There's a difference when a Lama composes something, and then you will see maybe the rain, you will see a light rain. One of the clearest signs is when a Lama is composing something, you see a rain. When you see a rain happen when the Lama is composing something, it means that what he's composing can be from a vision, a dream, a celestial being talking to him, or from his own attainments. So when there's a light rain, when the Lama is composing something, composing actual prayer, when other people recite it, it will have that tremendous benefit for them. Okay? But there are many lamas that are highly realized they compose things. There are no signs like rains when they compose. That does not mean it's not beneficial. All right? So for His Holiness Panchen Lama's works, many people have used his sadhanas, his prayers, and his visionary teachings. And when they did it, they have results. Okay? There are sets of teachings, they're called ear whisper teachings. Why are they ear whisper teachings? They're ear whisper teachings that you transfer from Lama to disciple. For example, sometimes a Lama will be giving you a teaching, but he'll transfer something over to you that's not on words, and you need to be present. So if you listen to a tape or you read the transcript, it will not have the same blessing. That transference of a blessing for someone who's ready will open up their karma for doing dharma. So it's very important that the person is present when the Lama is requesting it. So why not all the time does karma surfaces? You think of it this way, it's like a vast ocean. It's like a big vast ocean, and we're waiting for a certain fish to surface to the top, and the fish is very small. So when the fish surfaces to the top, we want to feed it. Give it some vitamins or some, whatever. So we have to wait there on the ocean. Which part of the ocean? The Pacific side, the Atlantic side, the north side, the west side, the middle, where? Do we snorkel down? Sometimes the fish stay very dark, deep down in the ocean. There are animals and life and fishes that stay at the bottom of the ocean that never surface. They stay in darkness all the time. So for that tiny fish to surface and we feed it is like bringing dharma to someone. That's how rare it is. So therefore, sometimes transmissions are given in the Lama's presence. And so when the Lama is teaching something, the person can get a transmission of something else, or a blessing of something else, or opening of karma of something else. Just be in that presence at that time. Because why? Their little fishy has rose to the surface. So it's the chance for the Lama to feed them. Once that chance is missing or gone, that fish will go under. It'll be quite a while again. So that's why it's too bad when someone misses an opportunity. Therefore, these days I don't give public teachings. I give spontaneous teachings. I give spontaneous talks to people who are around, who spend the time to be around, make an effort to be around, and make it a point to be around. And so I give talks from time to time, and you'll benefit from those. Why is that? Because my talks are to benefit you. These are things I learned from my great masters. Okay? If you make it easy to get dharma, you will get dharma. If you make it difficult to get dharma, dharma will be difficult for you. So, the great first Panchen Lama was someone of that caliber, who can give mind transmissions, open up seeds. What does open up seeds be? You have karma or dharma seeds in your mind already. So from a certain teaching, a certain prayer, a certain ritual, or a certain presence of a lama, it triggers that open. When that seed is open, you do dharma. That's what it means to trigger open. Does everybody understand? So let's say that Niral today does puja with us, and we do medicine Buddha puja, as we've been doing every day. Every time he does the medicine Buddha puja with focus, with concentration and dedication, not mindlessly, he plants a seed. That seed related to whatever the medicine Buddha text is about. So let's say outside we have a stupa, and Pastor Niral circumambulates around the stupa. So whatever's inside that stupa, he plants the seeds of that blessing in. So let's say in KFR we have a very holy and very powerful Vajrayogini stupa. So every time you're there, you should always make an opportunity to circumambulate 3 times and show respect and bow. And then whatever is inside the Vajrayogini stupa, when you circumambulate, a seed is planted. That seed is planted in your mind stream, and that's carried with you from life to life to life to life. And when that seed is triggered open, you will do something. For example, let's say that Pastor Niral, let's hope not, is going to be very ill in the future because he attended the medicine Buddha pujas. He donated to the offerings. He donated with his time. He donated with his effort. He donated with his motivation. He donated with his chanting. He donated that the chanting was for somebody else, for others. Although the puja is not for him, for others, he donated. He creates a merit that in the future, when he's very ill, if he prays to the medicine Buddha, or someone does the puja, or he does it, he gets well much faster. Because the merit from that opens up. Does everybody understand? So karma is multifaceted, and it's very wide, and it's very broad. So you can't just narrow it down to that. So let's say that Pastor Niral does 3 circumambulations around Vajrayogini Stupa every single day. That he's over there on the way from Dukar Apartments to EF, where he goes to work. Every day he just goes over, does 3, and it adds up. In 1 week, 21, then 1 month, it's 80, and then 1 year. And what happens in the future, if someone's giving a Vajrayogini teaching, or something Vajrayogini, his karma open up, somehow he'll be there. Somehow, and when he's there, he'll be awake. He'll be alert, not sleepy, and happy, without any ailments, without a dinner, without an obstacle, without someone stopping him, without him being sick, without him having a migraine, because there's so many obstacles to Dharma talks. When there's a Dharma talk, definitely obstacles will come. Definitely. And when we create an obstacle for someone to get Dharma, it's one of the heaviest karmas. Very, very heavy. For example, if you don't like something, you don't like the teacher, you don't like the guru, you go off and talk and find out. Do kangsha, do purification practices to see what's going on, and try to clear your mind. And go talk to friends who give you positive views. But if you're not happy with the Lama or Guru or practice or whatever, then you go off and then you go and tweet people, call people, message people, and create information against the Lama to discourage other people from going. And then they leave the Dharma, and they leave the practice, they leave their teachers. You create very heavy karma. Because for better or worse, once a person's connected to the teachers will compassionately pray for them, take care of them, teach them, watch them for some lifetime after lifetime. So you break that bond for them that they could have had that. A teacher taking care of them spiritually. And then when you take them away from the teacher and you bring them to your side, what do you have to offer? You offer what? Dinners? Parties? Games? Shopping? Traveling? Food? Eating? Watching TV, magazines? How is that to compare to the Dharma? How is that to compare? So every time that the person you try to pull away or you have pulled away from the Dharma, every time they miss a Dharma talk, every time they miss a Dharma retreat, a Dharma practice, or an opportunity to improve their Dharma, you were the cause. You were the cause. So since you were the cause, in the future, instead of you ever finding the Dharma again, you will go farther and farther and farther away. Farther is not a physical away, it's a mental. So that means even if you come across, even in the future, whatever Dharma you hear or whatever Dharma, you'll have a revulsion. You'll not like it. You'll find it negative and bad. Why is that? Because you created that karma for someone else. So you don't have the karma to have something good yourself. It's like some people just totally love drugs and alcohol and to be high and destroy their liver, destroy their kidneys, destroy their body, get into car accidents, spend money recklessly, gamble, and they just drink and gamble and drink and gamble and just waste away everything, their family fortune, their wealth, their hard work, their reputation, and their health. And no matter how much you talk to them, they don't see anything wrong with it. It's my life. Don't judge me. I do what I want. No one's judging. If people tell you something you don't care, it's not a judgment. It's just you don't like it. So therefore, what happens is that they have the heavy karma of stopping good things for other people. So when good things come to them, they cannot see it. One of the clear signs of a person who has very bad karma of pulling people away or influencing others is they themselves see Dharma negatively. Then they say, well, Dharma is not good for everyone. Dharma is not right for everyone. Dharma is not the thing for everyone. Dharma is not good and right for everyone according to karma, but Dharma is good for everyone. Dharma is good for everyone. It's just that everyone doesn't have the karma for Dharma at the right time. So it's not Dharma is not right for everyone, but everyone doesn't have the right time to get Dharma. Otherwise, how can the Buddha be only teaching for a small sector of sentient beings and the rest he allows to suffer? So if one person goes away from the Dharma and they say Dharma is not good, this Lama is not good, that's not good, that's not good, their lineage is not good, and they criticize that. What they're saying is they know more than the Buddha, they know more than Tsongkhapa, they know more than Nagarjuna and Vasubandhu and Dharmakirti, they know more than all these great masters. They are supreme. And that whatever the Buddha taught that is opposite of what they're doing, they're right and the Buddha's wrong. That doesn't make sense. And people say, well, this Lama is very clever. He uses the Buddha's teachings to back himself up so he can have power and control over us. Well, we can examine that if he has power and control over us, because what is he teaching you to do? Is he teaching you to kill people? Is he teaching you to steal? Is he teaching you to go and rape people, have orgies, do drugs, drink alcohol? Is he teaching you to go and tell people to lie, to be mean and disrespectful, to hurt? Or is he teaching you not to drink, not to smoke? Is he teaching you to not be unfilial? Is he teaching you not to be disloyal to your partners, not to cheat, not to lie? And if you are doing that and it conflicts with the teacher, and then you go off, and then you say bad things about the teacher, what do you want the teacher to teach you? The teacher can only teach you what he or she has learned, which is what the Buddha has taught, the precious Dharma. Hence, the medicine Buddha puja we've been doing every day, the Dharma we praise 3 times. After we praise Buddha Shakyamuni, the rituals immediately after that we praise the Dharma. Isn't that correct? Because the Dharma is worthy of praise. What is more important? Jennifer, what's more important, the medicine or the doctor for your healing? Correct. The medicine's more important. So what's more important, the Dharma or the Buddha? The Dharma. But without the Buddha, who we must respect, there's no medicine. Without the great doctor, there's no medicine. So the doctor is extremely important. But if you make us pick, it's the actual medicine that heals us, isn't it? So if I have a great doctor and I've got a horrible migraine and it gives me medicine to get rid of it, the doctor should be respected, and he's great. She is great. But it's the actual medicine that removes our sufferings. So therefore, When other people try to pull people away from Dharma or Lamas or teachers or Gurus, they try and say, oh, he's not good, she's not good, I'm just telling you to go away, come here, I'm trying to help you because I saw through it, I saw this. Fine. If you saw through the teacher and you saw through how the teacher is not real and genuine and fake and damaging all that stuff, that's fine. That's really fine. Because perhaps there are teachers out there who don't have good motivation, perhaps. But then, after you pull away from the wrong teacher, what are you doing? Is your spiritual practice getting deeper? Oh well, I don't like institutionalized religions. That's a great excuse. If you don't have institutionalized religions, then lay people don't have the time and the energy to study up the Dharma full time and have the knowledge and to carry on. They don't have the time to be a monk for 30 years or 40 years or 50 years. They don't have the time to meditate and do retreats. So for them to have a mishmash of teachings and mix that up and just incorporate what they like and what's convenient for them is not going to get them far. It's just a feel-good factor. So therefore, what do you pull other people away from? You go to dinners with them, travel, have fun, go shopping. You pull them away from Dharma to do that, as if that's better? Oh, but it's my life, don't judge me. No one's judging you, but let's make it simple. What you're doing is not spiritual. Is it bad? It's not a label of good or bad. It's a label of, is it beneficial? Ultimately, especially at the time of our death. Being in a Buddhist organization, we are exposed to death almost nearly daily. You guys know that? How many notices of people very sick and dying we get all the time, we have to pray for? So we're very aware of mortality. So therefore, what is important is a Dharma talk, or Dharma activities, or Dharma sharings, or Dharma work, or Dharma whatever you're doing. Collects merit, plants seeds, and the seeds can open in the future. How do seeds open? Seeds open because something triggers them open that's similar to its creation. I repeat, the karmic seeds open similar. It's triggered open similar to its creation. That means if you make a karmic seed of Vajrayogini by circumambulating around her holy stupa, the next time there's a Vajrayogini thing going on, no matter how many obstacles you create, somehow you'll get there. Because Vajrayogini triggers Vajrayogini. So can Vajrayogini only trigger Vajrayogini? No, Vajrayogini can trigger any Buddhas, but especially Vajrayogini. Does everybody understand? So you can be doing Vajrayogini prayers, circumambulations, prostrations, offerings every day, and someone's giving a Yamataka teaching, you go there, hey, it's just as good. You know, and when you get to Yamataka, you'll be understanding even better than others, because you had the blessing of Vajrayogini. Why is that? Because Vajrayogini is a Buddha. Yamataka is a Buddha. Buddhas bring you to enlightenment. There's no competition. So let's say Jennifer was a Yidam and Yao Man was a Yidam. So Niral, Guru Niral is giving an initiation of Yao Man. Yidam Yao Man. Of course, Yao Man will be in the sky up there laughing and dancing and very happy that someone's going to meditate on him and become enlightened. And Yidam Jennifer will jumping up and down, clapping her hands, very happy too. She won't say, why him and not me? Buddha's not like that. So therefore, to create the seeds of enlightenment in our mind stream is very important so that it opens up in the future. This can be done with the Dharma action, Dharma work, Dharma prayer, Dharma motivation, pujas, mantras, serving our teacher, which I had the fortune to do for many years, serve my teacher. For me, serving the teacher was the best practice. 8, 6. I did it for about 16 years, and I would have continued if I wasn't sent to teach. Serving the teacher was the greatest. It was challenging. It was long, long late nights. It was changing things at the spur of a moment, almost always. It was, it kept you awake, kept you on your toes. But what did I get out of it? I learned a lot. I can't tell you how much I learned from my teachers. And it wasn't formal talks. It was just going around with my teacher and hanging around. and things will just come out. Things will always just come out, and I go, oh wow. I go, oh wow, oh wow. And later on, if I needed to, I will get it elucidated clearly. And there are some lineages of teachings that cannot be written, cannot be recorded, and cannot be saved in any manner. It's speech to ear transmission. For example, I was telling some of our people last night, I have a practice that was given to me by a yogi, and it wasn't allowed to be written down. And it's a meditation that you do every day for about 15 minutes to reduce anger and to eliminate anger. There are no words, there are no mantras. It is strictly body movements and meditation. So if you do this every single day for 15 minutes, you will see your anger visibly get less and less and less and go away. And in the future, if you show anger, it's not because you're angry, it's just you are showing anger for that person, for that situation. Like Saramji used to beat up students in the monastery, next minute he'd be fine. And we see those students get well very fast from their diseases. This is well known. So what happens, what am I telling you that for? So I have a teaching from a teacher who was, he gave me no one can be in the room, he gave me the teaching, and I had to memorize it instantly and know it, and I can't write it down. Because these teachings came from the Dakinis. If I remember correctly, the Dakinis gave him the teaching directly, and he gave it to me. And the promise of the Dakinis is that these teachings are for very sincere students who will really do it, not flippy students. If you give it to students who are flippy, then you'll break the command of Dakinis, and the blessing of that lineage will be gone, and that teaching will be gone, and it will have no use. So if you meditate on it, you'll have no powers. So it can only be given to people, and I've never given that teaching to anyone, because you have to give it to people who you know will be around forever, or forever means mentally, and have great guru devotion, very cooperative, very pliant, and they create good guru samaya, because this teaching is dependent on your samaya with the guru, because there's no written words or no mantra, it's strictly meditation and body movement. So if you're always fighting with your teacher, you're always talking back, you're always disobeying, you're always not listening, creating headaches, always making problems, it's very hard to give these teachings, because how are you going to meditate on your guru as a Buddha when you're always arguing with your teacher? Obviously you don't believe he's a Buddha. So people like that, very difficult to give those teachings to. Not because they're bad people, but it doesn't fit the qualification necessary, the requirements necessary. So those teachings I've never given to anyone, and I hope I can give it before I pass away. It's very simple, it's very easy, because if I pass away, I don't know if this teacher is given to others, because you're not allowed to talk about it. Meaning what it is. And you know what's so funny? There's no name. There's not even a name for it. It's transmission purely. But it's extremely effective for reducing and dissipating anger, specifically for anger. And there's no deities involved. None. Okay? There's special practices like that are very beneficial. Very, very beneficial. Now, His Holiness the Great Panchen Lama is really an extraordinary teacher, the first Panchen Lama. And he has so many teachings and so many practices that he's given his disciples that are amazing. If you actually have studied Tantra, and you have studied Sutra, and you read this text that he wrote, the Guru Puja, if you read it, and he's composed the summary of Sutra and Tantra in verse form. If you actually read the verse form, there's a lot of information that is understood, but it's triggered by the word. For example, if I say to you, go to the supermarket and buy fruits, I don't have to say bananas, guavas, cantaloupes, avocados, and etc. You'll know that's all the fruits. So like that, when he tells you a certain practice, If you study Tantra and Sutra and Tantra, you'll say, oh my goodness, that is so profound. Because he just says that, but it means all this. It's very, very profound. And it's in verse form. It's recited in the verse form. And all the Gelugpa monasteries since the time of the first Dalai Lama, when was that, David? The first Dalai Lama, do you know? First Panchen Lama. When was that? Okay, and that was the time of when? Who was one of his disciples?
His son was Gelsen and the fifth Dalai Lama.
Correct. The first Panchen Lama, that is.
Yes. Actually, it's considered first and also fourth. Posthumously fourth.
Can you explain that more? Because me and Jennifer are confused. I am.
The Panchen Lama Gelsen was given the title by the Dalai Lama. And so his previous incarnations was posthumously given as well. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4th. So although he's the first Panchen Lama, but to be given that title, but
he is fourth in line.
Yeah.
So it was the fourth one that composed it, who was actually the first time he was named the first Panchen Lama. Okay, so his illustrious disciples were people like the Dalai Lama, the fifth, right? And Tupu Traba Gensen, and many other luminaries of his time. So anyways, I have received these teachings from His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, and it was sponsored by Geshe Tsurim Gyaltsen. Geshe Tsurim Gyaltsen flew in from Los Angeles to Dharamsala with a whole bunch of his students from America, and then he sent me a message to Gandhin, and I took a train up to North India, and I went for the teachings. And if I remember correctly, it was 10 days. And part of the teachings, the young Saramji was there, and Saramji was sitting on my lap during the teachings. I have a picture of that. And so it's me, Saramji's on me, and then in front of me there's Geshe-la, my teacher, and then there's some space in His Holiness's throne. So I would say easily His Holiness's throne, where's the Buddha statue is right now. That's what, 10 feet away? So we were sitting there for 10 days. So every time we have teachings, we sat at a place where His Holiness would enter and leave. So we were very lucky because we all hoped he would touch us. And I got touched. So one day His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama, walked by, and I put my head down, and he pushed on my head to use it as support so he doesn't slip while he's walking, because there's a lot of things there. So on my head was His Holiness's support. Oh yes. I was like, don't take your hands off. I was so excited that my head, can you imagine, he used my head to, that's how big, and thank goodness I washed my hair that morning, my head. He used my head as support when he walked by. Because it was really, because you have your dingwas, you have your books, you have your cushions, it's slippery. And then he walked to the throne and went up and he started teachings. And it was just so incredible. And so the commitment is to recite these teachings every single day. And the Gelugpa monasteries throughout Tibet and Russia, all over the world, twice a month will recite these teachings in the prayer hall, and offer tzok together. Because you can recite these teachings with tzok. You can recite these teachings without tzok. Okay? For tzok, you need to have higher tantric initiation. Without tzok, you can recite these. And so the Guru Puja is what? The Guru Puja is very profound. Because the Guru Puja is literally doing a puja. Puja is to clear obstacles, clear karma, and collect merit in relation to your Guru. So in this practice, there is no Yidam, there is no Buddhas. Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, deities, Dharma protectors. It is only your Guru. Why is that? The Panchen Lama deemed that if we meditate on our Guru correctly, and we do it well, we will gain very high attainments. So the Guru Puja is a puja to the Guru. And it starts with taking refuge, developing the mind to benefit all sentient beings, and purifying offerings. After you purified offerings, in the vast, you start with this immediately. In the vast heavens of indivisible voidness and bliss, amidst billowing clouds of Samantabhadra's offerings, at the crest of the wish-granting tree, embellished with leaves, flowers, and fruits, is a lion throne ablaze with precious gems, on which is a lotus, a sun, and a full moon. On top sits my root guru, who is kind in all three ways. In aspect, the essence of all the Buddhas, in aspect, a saffron-robed monk, with one face, two arms, and a radiant white smile. Right hand in a gesture expanding the dharma, left in meditative equipoise, cradles a begging bowl filled with nectar. Draped with three robes of a lustrous saffron, his head is adorned with a golden pandits colored hat. So that's how you visualize your guru, amidst an indivisible space of void and bliss. And then filled with offerings all around, filled. And then there's a wish-granting tree. There's a huge tree. And the tree has fruits that grants your wishes. And among that, there are many jewels. And then within the jewels, there's a lion throne. It's a throne supported by 8 lions. On top of that is a lotus, a sun, and a moon. And that sits your root guru. Your root guru is giving teachings on this hand. In this hand's meditative equipoise, holding a begging bowl. And then, he's wearing the robes, 3 robes of a saffron of a monk, fully ordained monk, with a yellow pandit's hat. And he's smiling, giving a wide smile. Wide smile means what? You can see his teeth because he's so pleased with you. And you need to see that every day in your visualizations. Then in your heart, in your guru's heart, is the all-Lord pervading Vajradhara. Who's Vajradhara? Vajradhara is Shakyamuni in the form of green tantra, blue in color. So in the guru's heart is Vajradhara, one face, blue in color, 2 arms, holding Vajra bell, embracing his contra, Vajradhatu Ishvari. They delight in union with no lust and no karma, but staying in void and bliss. They are adorned in many jewels and heavenly silks, radiant with thousands of light rays. They are emblazoned with the major and minor signs of a Buddha. That means they have the 112 signs of a Buddha on their bodies, both their bodies. And they sit in the Vajra position, inhaled by 5 color lights. Vajra position means what? The leg is crossed. With 5 color lights, totally pure. Your skandhas are the 5 Buddha skandhas. The skandhas is the 5 emotions, the 5 consciousnesses, the 5 anger, hatred, desire, etc. The 5 skandhas they are so attained that it's become the 5 Buddhas. Amoghasiddhi, Amitabha, Ratnasambhava, etc. Akshobhya. Then your 4 elements, the 4 motherly consorts. So the earth, water, air, and fire is not even earth, water, air, and fire anymore. It's the 4 consorts. Alright? Then the bliss of your senses, your energy channels, sinews, and joints are all reality bodhisattvas. So their joints, their bones, their sinews are actually bodhisattvas. And the hairs of your pores, the hairs on the pores, are the 21,000 arhats. So each one of the hair that comes from your pore represents one of the 21,000 arhats. And then your limbs, the 2 arms and 2 legs, are all the wrathful dharma protectors. The light rays, the directional guardians, lords of wealth, and their attendants. So from the light rays that come are the directional guardians, like the 4 great guardians. And then below their feet are the worldly gods. Ishvara, Brahma, Vishnu, and etc. Cushioning your guru's feet. So that's how you visualize your guru in this practice. So in fact, your guru is manifesting as a pure monk. In his heart is Vajradhara and consort. His sinews and joints, his skandhas are the 5, what's the word? The 5 aggregates are the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. And then his energy channels and sinews are all the bodhisattvas. And then every pore of his body is actually an arhat. So every part of the body is a fully enlightened being. So when you prostrate to your guru, that's what you visualize. That's what the great Panchen Lama is asking us to memorize and visualize every time you see your guru. So when you visualize your guru, he's all the bodhisattvas. He's all the arhats. He's all the dharma protectors. He's all the deities. And he's the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. So imagine if you show disrespect to this being. Imagine if you argue with this being, or you enrage this being and you make them scold you and talk to you for hours? Or you steal from this being? Or you disappoint this being? This being is a synthesis of the three jewels. That's what you visualize. So therefore, surrounding you, surrounding the Guru in this visualization, in their respective orders, is an encircling sea of actual and lineage Gurus. So all the lineage Gurus, back to the time of Buddha, are there. You might think, but I don't know all of them. Believe they are there, and it's good. Believe they are there. And then are the yidams and the host mandalas. That means on top of the Guru representing all of them, surrounding them are the four classes of yidams, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Viras, Dakas, Dakinis, Dharma protectors, and teachings. So where can you see this? The Lama Chopa Tanka. Which is Tsongkhapa like that. The Lama Chopa Tanka is made based on this text. So all your Guru is Tsongkhapa in the center. And surrounding him is the three jewels, isn't it? That's why the Guru Lama Chopa Tanka is very precious. A, it is Lama Tsongkhapa. B, all the Buddhas are on there. C, it is your Guru. So if we were to have a Lama Chopa Tanka, and we make offerings and we worship and pray and prostrate to that, all the Buddhas are there. Does everybody understand that? Everybody. So that's very powerful. So what you're visualizing here is the Lama Chopa Tanka. So that Tanka is created from Panchen Lama's text. And it's pervasive. Alright? The three doors of each are marked with three vajras. The three doors, body, speech, and mind, are three vajras. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Om, Ah, Hum. And from that, from your Guru's heart, to reassure you he is enlightened, lights go off from his heart. And again, it goes to the various 10 directions and invites the actual Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, deities to come forth, and they dissolve into your Guru. In your Guru, and then become one. It says here. And then you say this. You who are the source, now you're inviting. You're doing an invitational prayer. How do you do that? You have that visualization intact, isn't it? You have the visualization intact, so now you invite the actual deities to dissolve into your Guru, your visualization. So what happens is this, is you recite these verses and then you hold the vajra at heart level. And then you recite melodiously with incense burning. Ponzo de le june du songi zagyu lama yidan konjo somon tawo kanjo chugyon sun so che to je wang yi de ji en da so chen na na jin zhou gen zhe yan na zo du je san ba ji ji du qi yang cha wei gen zi jin de jin shao gun dan ba guo jie xie zhi so. So just now I told you the purpose, the source, and the text, and the meaning. And then on top of that, we did the visualization of the Guru. Now we did the visualization of the Guru. It could be a tanka, it could be a picture, it could be a statue, or it could be your visualization. You need to empower the tanka. You need to empower the statue or empower your visualization. Otherwise, it is just a tanka, it's just a visualization. So how do you empower it? By inviting the three jewels to enter. So when you recite these 2 verses that I have just recited every single day with visualization, not mindlessly, the deities come and enter into the images. So over time, when you do it every day, the deities enter and your images become more and more and more vibrant. Your offering objects become more and more vibrant. That's how some offering objects, such as Buddha statues, speak, because they've been so empowered and so blessed. Does everybody understand that? Okay? And then you need to seal the 3 jewels into the image or your visualization. Oma Guru Buddha Bodhisattva Dhamma Pada Sabari Vara Eha Hi Sa Om Bam Ho Yeshiba Dam Siva Nisu Me Bara Yo. Za means the deities come on top of the image. Hong Za Hong means the deity enter. Bam means the deity and the image become one. And then Ho, they're sealed. Za Om Bam Ho. That's the mudra. Za is this the image and this the deity. It's on top. Za. And then Hong. Bam. The deity and the deity and the image has become one. And then Ho. And the reason you hold the Vajra bell is because you're invoking them out of great compassion and wisdom. Okay? So that's how your images become highly blessed and highly energized every single day. The altar should be very clean. The altar should be done up very well. The altar should be always the best materials. And the offerings you make should never be from miserliness or stinginess. We buy big cars, we go on big trips, we want big houses, we want jewelry, we want nice clothes, we want branded bags. But when it makes offerings, we use stainless steel and the most cheapest items. That reflects our lack of spirituality at the moment. It doesn't reflect we are bad, it reflects that we don't know the value of Dharma yet. So the offerings, does that mean we need to be extravagant? Extravagant is when you think it's extravagant. When it's offerings, how can it be extravagant? Because there's a purpose to it. The purpose is to generate merits and eradicate one's miserliness. So what happens is in the beginning, you recite the visualization of your Guru. After you recite the visualization of your Guru, then you invite the wisdom beings, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and deities to enter, and then you seal it inside. Then you do the praise. Alright? When you do the praise, Gangi Tuje Dewa Chenpo Yin Kusum Kurban Chukin Kichela Tuje Lama Rinjin Tsagogo Doji Chenso Pempa Cha Se Lo Rajan Gyawo Kungi Yishi Ni Gandu Chiyen Chawe Tsagogo Ngame Sebe Gangan Namro Wa Shagun Tabe Shabla Cha Se Lo. Cha Se Lo means I prostrate to you. Negun Baja, this one is pointing to say, in your compassion, please listen to my prayer. Negun Baja Chebe Junjun Xin Pame Yun Chen Ling Jin 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 Malo Jingwei Gu Jebe Jisung Lami Shabla Cha Se Lo Haje Debe Sanje Kungi Ngo Si Jun Din Jun Tang Ji Jun Wen Ni Haje Mungin Ungen Kwange Wan Jun Xin Nam 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 Cha Se Lo Du Sun Ju Ju Shebe Lama Da Din Xin Jun Jun Cha Wei Tang Je Le Di Jen Me Ban Zhe Ye Ya Zhe Jie Xin Jun Nian Ban Lang Zha Cha Se Lo, etc., etc. So what you do is, in your compassion, please listen to my prayers. And this is turn the wheel of Dharma. Or turn the lotus, meaning turn the wheel of Dharma. And then, please bestow great enlightenment upon me. And I prostrate to your lotus feet. So it says here first, we prostrate at your lotus feet, O Vajradhara Gurus. Your jewel-like bodies through compassion bestow an instant, even the supreme attainment. Of the 3 bodies, the sphere of great bliss. We prostrate at your feet, O holy refuge protectors. Holy refuge protectors, what? Our Guru is our refuge, and he protects us from going to the 3 lower realms. How does our Guru protect us if we follow the Dharma he gives us? How does a doctor protect us from death? By taking medicines. So a doctor protects us from death. He's our refuge from death and from ill health by taking medicines. Our Guru is our protector from further sufferings going to the 3 lower realms when we follow the teachings he gives us. So We prostrate at your feet, holy refuge protectors. Refuge is our Guru. We take refuge in our Guru. Namo Guru Be, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhamma Sangha. And he's a protector. Why is he a protector? Protector not in the sense of a Dharma protector. A protector that protects us from all of samsara. You are the pristine awareness of all infinite Buddhas. So you have the knowledge, the awareness, and the qualities of all the pristine Buddhas. Why are the Buddhas pristine? Pristine is the word that means without dirt, it's clean. Playing the role of a saffron-robed monk. Plain. Although you are a Buddha, you are manifesting as a saffron-robed monk. And as a supreme, skillful means to appear in whichever way suits your disciples. And then you will appear to your disciples in many ways. You appear as monks, as lay people. You appear wrathful. You appear peaceful. You appear funny. You appear joking. You appear lusty. You will appear angry. You will appear many ways, because the disciple have different minds to subdue. For the disciples who have a lot of anger, the Lama might show extreme gentleness to soothe their mind, or extreme ferocity to calm down their anger. For someone who is very lusty, the Lama may use many funny jokes, sexual references, all kinds of teasings to remove that from them, and etc., etc., etc. So the Lama will use many skillful means to transform your mind. Then, it says here, as a supreme skillful means to appear in whichever way suits your disciples. We prostrate, verse number 20, by His Holiness the First Panchen Lama. We prostrate at your feet, O venerable Gurus. That's your Guru and all his Gurus. Sole source of benefit and bliss without exception. You are my sole source of benefit. Why? Because if I learn the Dharma, I will transform and I will help myself. And bliss without exception. Why bliss? Because if I practice Dharma and I change, I will only have happiness. So, my Guru, you are my sole source of benefit and bliss without exception. Nowhere in samsara has anyone taught me the method to free myself from myself. Nowhere in the world have I met anyone that taught me the way to free myself from myself. You eliminate the root of all faults and the instincts. You eliminate. How does a Guru eliminate your faults and the root and its instinct? How? By giving you Dharma teachings and you practice. So the root of all faults is ignorance, hatred, and desire. So whatever the Guru teaches you or does to you, it's targeting those three in you to uproot. Okay? And their instincts. What are the instincts? From ignorance, hatred, and desire, we have all types of minds, all types of actions, and all types of motivations. That's the instincts. You are a treasure of mirror jewel-like quality. You are a treasury of myriad jewel-like qualities. Guru, you are patient. You are skillful. You are knowledgeable. You are compassionate. You are generous. You are giving. You have great love. So those are mirrored-like, jewel-like qualities. Why are they jewel-like qualities? Because those qualities are worth more than jewels. So you have those qualities combined with your knowledge. Therefore, I take refuge in you, my Guru. We prostrate to you, O benevolent Gurus, sole source of benefit and bliss without exception. You eliminate the root of all faults and their instincts. You are a treasure of mirror jewel-like qualities. So if you were to chant that, what I just said, Nekun Baja Jebe Jujun, Nekun Baja Jebe Jujun Shi, Pame Yunjin Linjin Chugede. Just recite every day with great devotion to invoke the blessings of our Gurus. Next one. We prostrate to you, O benevolent Gurus. You are in reality all the Buddhas. Why are they all the Buddhas? Because they do the action of the Buddha to you in your life, which is give you teachings, to guide you, to scold you, to love you, and to give you the transmissions. So in reality, your Guru are all the Buddhas contained in one. Teachers of all, including the gods. Your Guru is a teacher of all, including the gods. Even the gods come and learn the dharma from your teacher. Why? The dharma surpasses even the gods. So when a great teacher teaches, there are supernatural, it's referring here, there are supernatural, formless beings in the room also listening. From the God realms, from the spirit realms, they're also in the room listening and mingling around. Especially if the teacher has bodhicitta, they'll come immediately. Always. So what it says here, we prostrate to you, O benevolent gurus. You are in reality all the Buddhas, teachers of all, including the gods, the source of 84,000 pure dharmas. You tower above the whole host of Aryas. The source of 84,000 pure dharmas, the Buddha gave 84,000 teachings, so the guru is the source of that. Meaning what? He can teach you those. You tower above the whole host of Aryas. Why does your guru tower above the whole host of Aryas? Why? Because you cannot see the Aryas directly. What are Aryas? Aryas is another name for enlightened beings. You cannot see the enlightened beings directly. So because you can see your guru directly, he towers above them in your life. He towers above them in your life because he gives you teachings, which is what they're supposed to do. With faith, esteem, and a sea of lyric praise, manifesting with bodies as many as the atoms of the world, we prostrate to you, the gurus of the 3 times and 10 directions, to the supreme jewels and to all worthy of homage. So with great faith, with great esteem, and lyrically praising you, I prostrate to my guru and all the gurus of the 3 times. Then offerings, the sensory offerings. O holy refuge protectors, O venerable gurus together with your entourage, we present you with the ocean of clouds of various offerings. From expansive, well-fashioned vessels, radiant and precious, flow gently forth the 4 streams of purifying water. So, from vast vessels that are well-fashioned, beautifully made, with a lot of jewels and radiant, comes 4 streams of purifying nectars, water. The next offering you make is beautiful flowers and trees and blossom with bouquet of garlands, exquisitely arranged, fill the earth and the sky. The earth and the sky. So flowers, not just what you see here. You multiply it. That it's beautiful flowers and bouquets and garlands and beautiful trees fill up the space you offer to the Buddhas. What you have here represents what you're visualizing. The heavens billow with blue summer clouds of his lazulite smoke from sweet, fragrant incense. The heavens billow with blue summer clouds of lazulite smoke with sweet, fragrant incense. You offer incense to the Buddhas. So the incense are billowing like a blue summer cloud. And it's that beautiful, beautiful, fragrant, sweet smells you offer to your guru. And then lights from the sun and the moon. Glittering jewels, diamonds, emeralds, all that. And scores of flaming lamps, frolicking joyfully, dispel the darkness of 1,000 million billion worlds. So you're offering your guru light. And the light is as bright and as big, you visualize, as the sun, the moon, and glittering jewels and the stars. You offer to your gurus. So offering light to the gurus in incense every day is very important. Vast seas of scented water imbued with fragrances of saffron, sandalwood, and camphor swirl out to the horizon. You offer drinking water, washing of the feet. Why in offerings we wash the feet? That is Indian culture based, which is applicable. That is specific to show humility. In India, you touch the person's feet who you respect very much. Your parents, your gurus, elders. You don't touch the feet of persons that are below you or your same level. So in India, you'll see a lot of times that the children will go home, they'll do this immediately, and then they do this. It's to bring the blessing of the parents from their feet to their body, speech, and mind. They do that to the gurus. So in India, What they do to the great gurus to show great respect, earn merit, and humility, and to say, please give us teachings, is they wash the guru's feet. They take the feet of the guru. It's not literally soap and detergent. They take saffron water with camphor, and they wash the guru's feet clean and well with beautiful vessels and with flowers and garlands, and they dry it and they scatter flowers, and then they take the guru's feet and put it on their head, and they request for teachings. I've done that for my gurus a few times. They allowed me to. What is that? Is to show humility, to put your ego down. In the Christian faith, once a year on Christmas or whatever, the Pope has to kiss one of the disciples' feet. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's the same thing. It's to show humility. That even someone as great as the Pope also must be humble in the eyes of God. So that's what it's saying here. Okay? Vast sands of scented water imbued with fragrances of saffron. That's why we put saffron in the water. It's good to put saffron every single day. We get it from brick fields here. Good quality ones. So the water is imbued with saffron and camphor. Vast seas of scented waters imbued with fragrances of saffron, sandalwood, and camphor swirl out to the horizons. Delicacies of gods and men, drinks and savories and feasts with ingredients of 100 flavors of masked Mount Meru. So we should have beautiful foods, drinks, savories, and feasts. So today I bought many herbs. I bought many grains. I brought many nuts and rice and all that to be offered to the Buddhas. Because that's what it says in the text to offer. Okay? Now, not all of us can afford to offer this every day or all the time. So what I do is I make it a long-term offering, which means I take these that are sealed and I put it up and I say, this is an offer to you every single day for, let's say, a month. And then I change it. Or 2 months, that's up to us. If we can afford to do it every day, of course, do it every day. Okay? So when you offer drinks and food to the Guru, who is Buddha, you create the causes that whatever you need in the future will come to you. Foods, medicines. When you offer herbs and spices to the Buddhas, whatever you need to practice dharma, even as obscure it is, will come to you. Attainments will arise. And you can offer medicines. Herbs and spices are considered, I visualize them as medicines because I didn't find any medicines tonight. So when you offer potent medicines to the Buddhas, you're asking your Guru, Buddha, to bless you, that all your diseases are removed. And at the same time, the ultimate disease of ignorance, hatred, and desire are removed. Okay? So, music from an endless variety of various instruments blend into a symphony filling the 3 realms. So you offer music to the 3 jewels. That can be a conch shell, that can be a CD, anything. So when you offer that, you visualize much beautiful music going up to the Buddhas, to your Guru. Goddesses of outer, inner, and desirable objects holding symbols of sight and sound, taste, touch, and touch pervade all directions. So you visualize beautiful goddesses, voluptuous and dancing and swaying. They have very rounded hips, very full bosoms. They are different colors representing different types of aggregates. Some are holding up mirrors. Some are holding up flutes. Some are holding up food. Some are holding up a butter lamp. Some are holding up incense. They're holding various things and they're surrounding. So this is a good practice because we usually are attracted to beautiful goddesses. And we want to do things with the goddesses. So by offering up to the Buddha, we create the karma not to be attracted or attached by lust. That is why you offer beautiful goddesses up to the Buddhas or to your Guru to destroy your attachment. Alright? Then some people might think, but I've never been attracted to goddesses. It's more gods. Well, it's the same thing. If you offer beautiful goddesses, the point is to destroy lust. So if you create the karma to destroy lust, you destroy lust. So if you're attracted to a loaf of bread, you won't be attracted in the future. So it doesn't matter what you're attracted to. The point is destroying lust. Because I've had people ask me, but Rinpoche, I'm not really interested in goddesses. I like gods. And I'm like, that's fine. Lust is lust. I mean, who's judging you? So can an LGBT member visualize goddesses offered to the Buddha to destroy lust, which is the cause of a lot of suffering? Surely it can. Because the purpose of the offering is to destroy lust. Everybody understand? So you visualize beautiful goddesses with beautiful long silky hair. Just incredible visages, like moons, with gorgeous ornaments. voluptuous bodies, beautiful bosoms, and rounded hips. That's what it describes. And wearing celestial clothes and dancing, swaying. For anybody, that would be extremely seductive. Dancing and swaying. You offer that to the Buddhas and to your Guru. Of course, your Guru and the Buddhas will not be swayed or attracted in any way, but they receive it as an offering. Okay? To you, O refuge protector, treasure of compassion, eminent and supreme field of merit, we present with you faith. Mount Meru and the 4 continents 1 billion times over. So you visualize all the mountains, all the lakes. You visualize all the stars, the sun and the moon. You visualize the universes. You visualize nature, the planet, everything wonderful. And you visualize that 1 billion times over, and you offer that to the Buddhas. Okay? The 7 royal emblems, the precious minor symbols and more, perfectly delightful environments and those dwelling within, and the garden treasure of all wishes of wealth and gods and men. So you offer the 7 royal emblems and the minor symbols and more. So that can be the 7 royal emblems and the 8 auspicious signs. When Buddha Shakyamuni gave his teaching, those signs appeared in the sky. They appeared because the gods created those signs. So therefore, in remembrance of Buddha Shakyamuni's first turning of the wheel, we have the 7 royal emblems and the 8 auspicious signs on our offerings as offerings to the Buddhas. Because why? The worldly gods manifested the 8 auspicious signs into physical form and the 7 royal emblems and offered them in the sky as an offering to Buddha for turning the first wheel of Dharma. So it represents that. Then on stanza number 33, okay, which I have already sent you guys. If you look, stanza number 33. To please you, O venerable Gurus, we offer these objects both actually arrayed at those of vision as a pleasure grove on the shore of a wish-granting sea. It is strewn with 1,000-petaled lotuses, captivating the hearts of all. These are the offerings of objects arising from samsara and nirvana's white virtues. Everywhere is dotted with flowers. These are the virtues of the 3 gateways of ourselves and others in this world and beyond. It is diffused with the myriad fragrances of Samandabhadara's offerings and is laden with fruit, the 3 trainings, the 2 stages, and 5 packs. So in stanza number 33, which most of you have, what are you saying? That all the objects on the altar in front I'm offering to you, and also what I visualize. Because some people are very poor, they can just offer 1 glass of water, but they can visualize everything else we have just described to the Gurus. Okay? The next one, number 34. We offer a libation, China tea, the color of saffron. Chinese tea in ancient times is valued in India. In India, if you have tea imported from China, it was incredible. Same in Tibet. In Tibet, tea from China was considered the most superior. So His Holiness Panchen Lama here wrote in 34, we offer a libation of China tea, the color of saffron, steeped in the glories of 100 flavors with a delicate bouquet. The 5 hooks, 5 lamps, and so forth is purified, transformed, and increased into the sea of nectar. We offer even voluptuous, illusion-like consorts, a host of messenger dakinis, born from place, from mantra, and simultaneously born, having slender figures, a glow and vibrance of youth, and skilled in the 64 arts of love. Okay? So, voluptuous, illusion-like consorts, a host of messenger dakinis. They're born from place, from a certain place, they take rebirth. From mantra, by reciting a mantra, they are born, simultaneously born spontaneously from Dhammadhatu. These dakinis are born and make offering. So therefore they arise from mantra, Dhammadhatu, which is attainments, and although they are voluptuous and beautiful, they create no lust and encourage no lust and encourage no negative thinking in your mind. When people see a very beautiful, voluptuous female, what do they usually think? But these females don't create that in your mind. We offer even supreme ultimate bodhicitta. You're saying, how can you offer bodhicitta? You can offer bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is not owned by you, so it can be offered. By offering bodhicitta, you create the karmic, as I said earlier in the teaching, you create the karmic imprint to achieve bodhicitta. So in the future, when there are bodhicitta teachings being given, it will open up in you. You can attend, listen, and practice. Beyond words, thought, and expression, spontaneous and invisible. The voice sphere of all things, free from mental fabrications of true existence, unobstructed, great, pristine awareness, simultaneous with bliss. So what you're offering the Buddhas and your Guru is bodhicitta and emptiness. Emptiness is beyond words. It's beyond thoughts. It's beyond expression, spontaneous and invisible. The void sphere of all things. The void sphere of all things is all things are inherently empty of true existence, free from mental fabrications of true existence. Free from mental fabrications means free from your projections of how existence should be. So you're offering up the Buddhas and your Guru pure view, free from projections. By offering pure view, free from projections to the Buddhas, what happens? In the future, whatever you see, you will see the truth and not some convoluted version of what you think it is. We have people that we have to talk for hours and hours and hours and hours, year after year, and explain to them how things really are. They still don't get it. They still have their own version of things, and they live from that, and from that they come anger, from that they come attachment, from that they come so many negative emotions because they have wrong view. Okay? So, unobstructed, great, pristine awareness, simultaneous with bliss. So you're offering up the Buddhas, bodhicitta, and emptiness. Next one. Okay, stanza 37. We offer sundry types of potent medicines to cure the plagues of 400 afflictions, and in reverence we offer ourselves as servants to please you. Pray, keep us in your service as long as the heavens endure. So not only you're offering spices, medicines, foods, drinks, samsara, mountains, stars, the moon, the sun, jewels, gold, silver. You're also offering up beautiful dakinis. You're offering up music, sight, and sound. You offer all this stuff represented by what you offer to the Buddhas. And on top of all that, you offer yourselves reverently as servants of the Guru. So once you offer yourself up as to the Guru, you are loyal to your Guru for the rest of your life. You're not his servant. Servant is written in a humble way. But you are loyal to your Guru, loyal to the practices he gave you, loyal to the dharma he taught you, and especially loyal to transforming your mind, which is what your Guru wants from you. So you always practice the dharma and transform your mind because you're loyal and you offered your Guru to be his servant. So if you're your Guru's servant, the best servitude is to transform your mind. If you transform your mind from negative qualities to good qualities, you are the greatest servant to your Guru. Because the best service you can offer your Guru is transformation. So once you offer yourself to your Guru, no matter what people say, no matter how they threaten you, how they attack you, how they criticize you, how they tell you your Guru is a loser or bad or whatever, it doesn't deter you at all. Because when you offered yourself from your own free will after examining and firmly. It tells you your qualities. If you change your mind because other people tell you bad things about your Guru or your practice, it shows who you are. It doesn't show who your Guru is. It shows who you are. Very clear. Alright? So, stanza number 38, do you have that? Okay? Before the eyes of those having great compassion. So you made the offerings. Before the eyes of those having great compassion, we lay bare with a mind of regret. Whatsoever non-virtuous actions bound to misfortune we have committed from beginning of this time, cause others to do, or in which we have rejoiced, we vow never to commit them again. Now you're offering your Guru confessions of your negative karma, your negative action, your negative thought, and all the negativities you have done from beginning this time till now. You're confessing to your Guru and you're asking him, by confessing and revealing those and regretting, may they be purified. May I not experience the results of that karma. That's what you're saying. Why do you confess to your Guru and reveal your negative karma and not hide it? So you can purify the karma, so you don't have to experience its result. Okay? Next one. Though all things are like a dream, lacking inherent or natural existence, we sincerely rejoice in the happiness and joy of all Aryas and ordinary beings, and in whatever white virtues that has ever arisen. Though all things are like a dream. Why is it like a dream? Think of things that happened to you 10 years ago, 15 years, or 20 years ago. Good and bad. It's like a dream now. You can't even remember the details. But at that time, it was very intense. Very, very intense. And now you don't even remember them anymore. So whatever you're feeling now that's so intense, it will be like a dream later. So why be attached? Now, we rejoice in the happiness. So we rejoice in the happiness of high-level beings, as Aryas, and ordinary beings. So when ordinary beings and Arya beings are happy or doing good things, we rejoice. And we rejoice in every good things that they do. So what is that? That is the counter-jealousy. When other gurus are giving teachings and centers are growing to have disciples, rejoice. Feel happy. When other people are doing well in their lives and they're healthy and they're doing and they're happy, rejoice. Rejoice. And because they create the causes for their happiness. So by rejoicing, you pull yourself away from this horrible, vicious cycle of jealousy, which doesn't give you peace. It's helped by offering this verse to your Guru and the Buddha. You create the karma that you will remove energy of jealousy. So your mind will be at peace. Okay, the next one. We asked that the rays of vast and profound Dharma fall from 100,000 clouds billowing with sublime wisdom and loving compassion, to nurture, sustain, and propagate a garden of moonflowers for the benefit of bliss of those limitless beings. Through your Vajra body is subject to neither birth nor death, and is a vessel's unity's wish-granting gems. Please abide. So, number 40 is asking for your Guru to always bestow the Dharma. Always request, always create causes. The physical cause of requesting your Guru, the physical means of creating your Guru to give Dharma, is by always showing physical respect. When you always show physical respect to your Guru, you're creating causes for him to give you Dharma. And then by deed, meaning you do the work assigned to you, or you do the practice assigned to you, and there's fruitioning. You don't have to be chased or reminded. You do the work well. You create the causes for the Guru to give you teachings, because he's pleased. And also you're ready, because whatever he gives you, you finish. And then by request, you're requesting here that you may receive teachings from your Guru. If your Guru is passed away, you'll create the karma to receive teachings from a Guru that has been assigned to you, or that is karmically connected to you through your Guru. Or you will meet your Guru again in future lives. Some people return to their Gurus again in future lives, and they meet again to receive teachings when they request. Okay? Next one. Though your Vajra body is subject to neither birth nor death, and is a vessel of unity's wish-granting gems, please abide forever in keeping with our wishes and pass not beyond Sara until samsara's end. So what you're saying is your Guru's body is a Vajra body. A Vajra body is a Dhamma team. Perfect. Free from any faults. And the body of the Guru you praise is not created from lust and desire like our bodies, but is created from a motivation to benefit beings, so they specifically take rebirth to help. So their bodies are Vajra bodies that are subject to neither birth nor death. What does that mean, birth and death? Birth and death means through birth and death, they don't forget their purpose. They come back and they continue to teach, to help, to benefit, to give help to those karmically connected to them. So they're not subject to birth and death. Hence, you have in some cases, you have the Rinpoche phenomenon where they return life after life to help. So they're not subject to birth nor death. Okay? Next one. We dedicate the collection of white virtues thus created that we may be inseparably protected through all of our lives by the Venerable Gurus possessing the three kindnesses, and that we may attain the Vajradhara state of unity. And then, these are requests to the Guru. So there's a lot more here, which I'm not going to go through now. I just want to go through the offering parts. But the Lama Chopa is something we recite every day. It's about this thick. But this side's English, this is Tibetan, so it's deceptive. You recite every day is a puja to the Guru. Okay, as I said at the beginning of this teaching, which is very important. Why do we do a puja to the Guru? What's the purpose of doing a puja to the Guru? What does it represent? Okay? So for our offerings, every single day, we should make as vast and beautiful and powerful as possible. For those who have sponsored us, for those who have given us knowledge, for those who have given us medicine, given us help, have been kind to us, for those who have helped us in any way in previous lives and this lives, who may not be in a position to help themselves, then we make offerings, as it says in Lama Chopa by Panchen Lama, these offerings to the Guru, Buddha, so that we can dedicate the merits to them. Why do we want to dedicate the merits to them? When we dedicate the merits to them, a part of the merits that go to them, that they can experience what you can experience, Dharma teachings, knowledge, and transformation. And when they experience transformation, what happens? They start leaving their sufferings. The only way to leave sufferings and problems is transformation. Okay? So, the basis of the offerings I make is from several texts, but I'm just sharing one with you tonight. His Holiness the Panchen Lama's text to the practice, the puja, the worship, the meditation, and the solicitations to one's root Guru. If we do our root Guru's practice well every single day, and we do the mantra and we trust our Guru well, we can gain great attainments. It's according to Vajradhara, great attainments. Definitely we can. So therefore, those of you who came in late, then luckily this has been recorded. You can listen to the beginning of the recording, and I advise you to do so because it'll help you a lot. The more Dharma you know, the more you can share with others. The more you can share with others, the more you can help with others. If you want to help with others, but you don't make an effort to learn Dharma, you can't help them. It's like a doctor who doesn't study for his exams. How is he going to be a good doctor? It's like a doctor who doesn't pass his exams or doesn't take time to study, but instead go to frat parties. How is he going to be a good doctor? So if he says, I want to be a good doctor, I want to help people, I want to save people's lives, but they don't study, they don't pass exams, they don't learn, they don't make it to classes on time, they make obstacles, they go out with their girlfriend, they go out with their boyfriend, they go and eat, they have parties, they go and get drunk, they go to frat parties. They do this all the time in university, but they say, I want to be a good doctor. Would you believe them? I wouldn't. Unless they're a genius, they can memorize things, So similarly, if you always make obstacles for Dharma, learning Dharma, practicing Dharma, you make it difficult for Dharma, you make it difficult for others to get Dharma, then you saying you want to help others is not genuine. So, for example, a Lama's Ladrang, that's how the Lama's Ladrang is based in Tibet. The Lama's Ladrang is basically a clinic. The Lama is the doctor, the assistants there are nurses, administrators. It's a clinic. The Lama's Ladrang dispenses Dharma advice, divinations. It dispenses chadaks. It dispenses advice, retreats. It dispenses the Dharma. And all these things are dispensed in the form of pendants, Buddha statues, gifts, cards, pictures, messages, and especially the behavior of the Ladrang. So the behavior of the Ladrang person is dressed well and clean and always pleasant and very patient, then the dispensation of the clinic will be very, very fruitful. If you go to a clinic and the administrators and the nurses are rude, mean, cutthroat, not nice, you're not going to have confidence in the doctor in the clinic. Those of us who like to argue, who want to win, who always are not transforming and always pushing other people down to win, are the most horrible Ladrang students. horrible representatives of the clinic. Why? You're just like a mean, rude, frustrated nurse or administrator in the clinic, which doesn't help the patient. Because you see, when the patient goes to the clinic, they're already suffering. They're already in pain. They're going there because they have some illness. They had an accident. They need help. The last thing they need is for you to be rude, mean, careless, not focused, sleepy, bored, not interested, not taking responsibility. That's the last thing they need. So similarly, when a person approaches a lama's ladrong, it's not necessarily a physical house. A ladrong can be a block site. A ladrong can be a place where they contact the lamas, an email, whatever, or in person. Then the person themselves must represent the lama or the clinic well by having knowledge, by being patient, and everything that the lama needs or the clinic needs to survive and to function is there, not always firefighting. So if the ladrong is run well, it is a very potent and powerful clinic. And to wait for one administrator to take responsibility, and I won't take responsibility, I can only work at this hour, I can only work at this time, I can only work at this period, I can't work at this period, I can't work at this hour. That's fine, and that's probably true, but guess what? Then the periods that you refuse to do things at, then that means people have to, they have to vacate their sufferings from a time that is suitable to you. So who can do that? Who can do that? So therefore, a ladrong is run in such a way that it's a clinic, a dispensary. And if it's run very well and it's run by people who are extremely responsible and take charge, and people who actually are capable. Capable doesn't mean educated or you know things. It means that you want to learn. And it's run efficiently, and especially with a lot of courtesy and kindness and patience, it will benefit many, many beings. Many, many beings. Why is that? Because everything in a temple organization, a center, arises from the Lama. Everything. So the Lama is well taken care of. Everything in the organization will grow. If it's difficult for the Lama to dispense medicine to others, if it's difficult, then the organization will not grow. Why is that? Because you're firefighting. It's very simple in that way. Okay? So what's important? It's not important. You can leave it. It's not important. It makes more noise. Just leave it. So, what is important is this, is if we are sincere to our lamas, our gurus, and we really want to transform, then being pleasant is not difficult, because it pleases our gurus. If we really want to be of service to our teachers, then time doesn't matter. Why doesn't time matter? Because time is something made up by you. Time doesn't matter. If we really want to be helpful to our gurus, and we really are devoted, then bottom line is we will transform ourselves and be very pleasant. Why are we going to be pleasant? Because we represent our gurus very well. When we're unpleasant to others, we are extremely damaging to our guru and guru's lineage and teachings and practice. Because you know what? Not everybody can meet your guru, but they will meet you. And you will represent what your guru has taught you. So therefore, in a ladrong, it's not a building. It's not a premises of your Lama alone. You carry a ladrong with you until the end of your life when you commit yourself to your guru. Because you will naturally be ready to help, energetic to help. You'll always be generous. You'll always learn. And you'll retain what you have learned. And you're able to elucidate. You're able to teach. You're able to share with others to relieve them of problems and pain. Whatever dharma that you are sharing with others, you definitely learn from your Lama. But you have to ask yourself, do I know enough? The second question you have to ask is, how skillful am I to bring others in? If you are not very skillful in bringing others in, this could be a problem. The problem is you limit yourself. You limit yourself with your responsibilities, what you can do, that you have a threshold, that you have a border, that nobody can go past this border. Nobody can go past this threshold. So when you limit yourself in what you do for your Lama or what you do for yourself in transformation, when you create that limit, it stalls and cuts your skillful means for others. Why is that? If you put no limits on yourself, naturally on a psychological level, you'll find many skillful ways to benefit others. When you put a limit on yourself, this is all I can do, this is my timing, this is all I am able to do, I won't do more, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I'm exhausted, I don't know, I'm not going to make any efforts. When we put that limitation on ourselves, when you're trying to talk to others about Dharma, that limitation will come through. Why? Because those limitations obstruct you from learning more and being more. Karmically and practically. Those limitations become your limitations. So how much you can bring others to Dharma? How much you can bring others to Dharma is how much limitations you have put on yourself. So if you are attracted to your country, your house, your family, your comfort zone, it will reflect in when you teach others. Why? Because when they act this way, you just give up. When they say no, you just give up. When they talk this way, you're stumped. When they ask you this question, you don't know how to answer it. Because you made so many limitations on yourself and your reaction with your teacher that you learn only a little bit. Because you learn so little because of the restrictions you made, naturally, when you talk to others, those restrictions will be there. No matter how much you smile and you're friendly. The purpose of meeting every person that you meet is to bring up some benefit to them. The highest benefit is bringing them to Dharma. Whether they become Buddhists or not doesn't matter. So therefore, if you always make restrictions on yourself and you're always attached to yourself, you're always attached to your labels, attached to your country, your family, your name, your comfort zone, your abilities, your lack of abilities, your insecurities, if you're attached to that, all that will come out when you speak to the other person. Because the other person will push all the buttons on you inadvertently. The most skillful person to bring others to Dharma are the ones who have no limitations on themselves. They're a free citizen of the world. They don't belong to any country, they don't belong to any family, they don't belong to any place, like a nun or a monk. They don't belong to any lineage, they don't belong to anything. They are just a compassionate, knowledgeable person there to serve others. Can you imagine a doctor says, hey, I work Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and it's only from 10 to 12, and afternoon 2 to 4, and I take a tea break in between, and you can only get sick at that time. Pretty hard for the clinic to grow. As opposed to a doctor that says, hey, I'm there every day, 7 days a week, and I'm available. Even if you're super sick, I'm home, call me, I'll be there. A, you respect the doctor. B, the clinic grows. C, you benefit so many beings. Yes, you'll be tired. So therefore, how much limitations you make in relationship to your transformation is how much you can transform others and you can inspire others. So the more limitations you put on yourself, you can check your backlog. How many people you brought to understand the Buddha's teachings or even understanding what you're doing. If it's not much, you know that you have many limitations. And that's very important to understand. Okay? So when we have devoted ourselves to a teacher, we become his servant. What kind of servant? A servant that will work very hard to eradicate the negativities in our mind. And every month and every year we see this person transform, become better and better and better. That is the best servant of a guru. Because the real service your guru wants from you is transformation. So the jobs, the works, the responsibilities that are given to you are meant for you to transform, to expand, to change. If you make limitations on that, then you make limitations on the benefit you can potentially bring yourself and others. Any questions? Daso Jini Sabi Ganwandi, Tanadro, Kunanga Bandan, Jeba Jason, Losan Jabai, Bambi Himbori Lusa Sho, Janju Senjo Rinpoche, Manjipana Chikichi, Chebatneba Mebayan, Koni Koni Pewasho, Tony Tawa Rinpoche, Manjipana Chiki, Chebatneba Mebayan, Koni Koni Pewasho, Ganwandi Nudeda, Lama Sanje Dugune, Joa Jige Mando. Dei sala goba sho chuji jabo zonga ba chuji na ba phewa la kinji je ma she wang dan chunje ma long cha wang da dan ji sin du sun dan je we zo ni dan ne je wa lo son zha ba yi bian ba yu ling ba je ji gang xi je ma za gen jin na ge ba xin guo xin le jin jin na na zhou zhen ge zhen xu den de ga cha den se guo dan che la cha se de. Okay, that was a little talk I wanted to give you on why we make all these offerings. And the reason we make these little offerings, and the reason we put effort into making the altar as beautiful as possible.